You can't make $1,000 an hour if you're doing this. Hey guys, Jim Edwards here, and welcome to another edition of Letting the Chickens Out with Jim. So, what are we talking about? Making $1,000 an hour, making $500 an hour, making $250 an hour. Well, here's the thing. You cannot make $250, $500, $1,000 an hour if you're doing $5 an hour work. What am I talking about? Well, what are the things that enable you to make $1,000 an hour? That's things up here. Things like product development, product sales, doing webinars, doing things that create highly leveraged activity, highly leveraged outcomes. Spending all your time making ebook covers or fiddling around with a script or messing around with anything that is not a highly leveraged activity means that you're spending your time on stuff that simply will not pay you at a level that you want. And if you're engaged in activities that aren't going to pay you at a level you want, you're never going to get paid at the level you want. I know it sounds like a Yogi Berra thing, but it's true. Quick example. When I was first getting started, I knew that there was no way that I was going to be able to make a good looking ebook cover. This is back in like 2001. And so I spent my time working for a real estate agent where I was making $25 an hour, and I worked for her for 4 hours to make the $100 to pay the person for the ebook cover. I leveraged that ebook cover into, over the 10 years that I was using that ebook cover before we had it redone, I leveraged that cover into conservatively $400,000, $500,000 in sales. If I had instead said, you know what, I don't have the money, I'm going to learn how to make an ebook cover, I'm going to learn how to use Photoshop, I'm going to spend 50 hours learning how to be a graphic artist so that I can make my own ebook cover, and it wouldn't have turned out nearly as well. I would have cost myself hundreds of thousands of dollars jerking around with something that I had no business doing. So am I telling you that you should earn money over here to pay somebody to do something over here so that you can increase your ability to earn on the other side? And the answer is absolutely yes. I'll give you another example that I just today, like literally in the last 15 minutes. Last week, I spent 8 hours jiggering around with some software, doing some things. My time is worth a lot per hour. Honestly, I don't really know exactly what it is, but I do know I charge $1,500 to talk to me for an hour on the phone. So let's say that my time is worth $1,000 an hour, just to be fair. So 8 hours I spent on this. So that cost me $8,000 that I spent. I realized that if I had some tweaks to the software and some other stuff, man, the skeeters are eating me up. I could get stuff done easily in 1/4 the time. So be able to do in 2 hours what took me 8 hours to do. So I spent $2,000 with my programmer to have him do some things for me. And this morning I was able to get done in 1 hour what took me 4 hours the other day. And so later today I'm going to spend another hour to get 4 hours worth of work done. Now, is it worth it to spend $2,000 to claim back 8 hours of my time or 6 hours of my time? That's a pretty good return. That's a 4-to-1 return. So my point is, you can't make the level of income that you want to make if you are consistently doing jobs and doing work that doesn't pay at the level where you want to earn. So the next time you're jerking around with your funnel, the next time you're jerking around with making graphics, the next time you're doing something that you could go to Fiverr and hire somebody to do for, oh my God, they're eating me alive. The next time You see how I suffer for you? I suffer to bring you these nuggets of wisdom from the chicken yard. I brave stepping in chicken poo. I brave mosquitoes the size of chicken hawks to help you because I'm a giver. The point is, the next time you want to do something that is not going to pay you at the level that you want to get paid, think twice. Would it be better for me to pay somebody to do this so I can focus on a more highly leveraged task than to jerk around and get this done? And that especially applies on stuff that is super, super repetitive, where you're spending tons and tons of time on it. It's also super important on any task that you would have to expend a lot of hours to learn how to do something that you'd end up doing one time. So think about that next time you're engaged in an activity. Would you be better off hiring somebody to do this so you could focus on a more highly leveraged activity? One of the most highly leveraged activities you can, damn, they're chewing me up. One of the most highly leveraged activities that you can engage in, by the way, is writing ads and writing sales copy and making offers. And if by some chance you're one of like the 3 people left on planet Earth who doesn't have a copy of my book, Copywriting Secrets, you need to stop what you're doing right now. Go to copywritingsecrets.com right now. I still have some free copies of the book available. All I ask is that you just pay a small shipping and handling. If you've got a friend, if you've already got the book and you've got a friend who needs a copy of the book, go ahead and order a copy for them. So head on over to copywritingsecrets.com, grab a copy of the book. It really is free. It's a physical book. Great book, over 40,000 copies sold worldwide, and it will really help you a bunch. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.